Why can't men just be men and talk like men? Let's keep what's on the court, and be men and talk about what needs to be talked about. That's like some of the parts of the game that we just always got to navigate and talk about. Like, people be so two-faced. You got players talking about players behind their back. You got coaches talking about players behind the back. Coaches talking about coaches. General managers doing snake things, talking about, like, what was we doing here? And we in first place.
What are you thinking? Yeah. What are you thinking? Yeah. If you wanna know my thoughts, open your ears when I talk. Yeah. What are you thinking? Hey. What are you thinking? Hey. If you wanna know my thoughts, open your ears when I talk. Yeah.
Welcome back to another edition of the Arnold's Thoughts Podcast. I am your host, Arnold Lewis. I help athletes prepare mentally for a life of overseas basketball. If this is your first time, please do me a huge favor. Hit the like and subscribe button, and let's just get into it. With this episode, man, this show, we're going to be diving into a lot that's going on with the season, along with my progress. I like to just show the journey of what it takes to be a professional overseas basketball player. A little bit of my background: I've been playing for the last 10 years. I'm currently playing in the country of Chile for a team called Osorno, Chile. I'm currently here right now at the moment, and it has been a roller coaster ride. I'm gonna just start off that right now. It's been a roller coaster ride starting off. A lot has happened, a lot is going on, but I like to start off every show by just, being grateful for that I'm still able to play the game at a high level. I'm still able to learn a lot, and I'm still able to come back each week and just give my perspective on what I see in the game and what I've learned throughout the game that I can just give to another athlete that's looking to pursue this life of overseas basketball, whether you're male or female. So I like to just tell a lot of athletes just to be prepared mentally for this game. And I don't mean literally on the court issues. I mean a lot of off the court issues and a lot of the life issues that goes with playing the game of basketball, especially overseas. You're living a completely different life. You're dealing with a lot of different situations, dealing with communication, dealing with just family situations, dealing with management. It's just so much stuff that can deter you along this road and don't allow you to really reap the benefits of the life and what it really can help you achieve in your life. The perspective of time that you have gives you such an advantage over the average person that works, whether you're in the States, whether you're in just a everyday human being, because most people's jobs take up majority of their time. But playing professionally overseas, you have a lot of free time. That's why I'm able to start this program and this network and start building this network, because I have a lot of this time, and I speak about that a lot. And we're going to go into the first segment of this show. I always like to go into different segments, the first two, before I kind of dive deep into just what's been happening lately with the season. We had our very first two games. We had incidents that's happened. It's a lot that's been happening so far, man. And it's just like, how you say here sometimes, like, when it starts off bad, it normally ends bad. I'm not going to try to have that mindset, and I'm not going to speak that into existence. I'm just say, what? Everything has its purpose. Everything has its meaning. Everything happens for a reason, and I need to look for the good in the reasoning of why something happened, is because it's a point to learn from. Everything is just a teaching moment for you to learn and grow from that aspect in life. And if you keep that mindset, it really is, there is no bad moments in life. It's just teaching moments. And whether you accept that teaching moment and learn how to pivot and grow from that moment, or you will continue to repeat that moment until you learn that lesson. So I say that to dive into, there's a lot of teaching moments that happened this past week. And I feel like I'm learning a lot just with dealing with people. I'm learning a lot with dealing with myself and how I handle situations and how I navigate just in my everyday life as being a pro, and just try to constantly improve myself and constantly learn how I can better carry myself in this life, because we're just all learning how to better ourselves. I like to think of this program as a place for athletes to come and better learn and grow in a place of personal development as an athlete. If you do not develop yourself, you cannot develop as an athlete. If you do not develop your mind, if you do not develop your soul, if you do not develop the patience that is necessary to be good at anything, then it won't really take you far in any endeavor that you pursue, especially as an athlete. Whether basketball is your sport, whether hockey, football, whatever your sport is, if you don't personally develop yourself, it all trickles down, and it will all either have a lasting good effect on you, or it will have a negative effect on you and deter you from where you're trying to ultimately get. You know, everything has a process, and it all has a compound effect. It's all a compound effect. Your habits, your thinking, the thoughts that you have are all compounding into what you're naturally going to become. So with that being said, let's go into the first segment of the show. Are you interested in playing overseas basketball one day? I wish someone would have told me 1 year after college I would receive my first pro gig. I wish someone would have told me that having an agent does not guarantee that you will get hired. I wish someone would have told me being cut from a team, because after 10 years in this game, everyone gets cut from a team. Now, after traveling from over 17 different countries and winning up to 7 championships in my pro career, I've put together the 6 most important traits any player needs before starting their career. So go ahead and grab that ebook and get all the information you need today to start your career. Now you can't say no one didn't let you know. So go ahead, grab that ebook and get started so you can become the pro one day. Which is fact over feelings. Now in this segment of fact over feelings, I want to touch on the subject about just stop making excuses. Now I vowed this year to really go into letting my friends and my peers and the people that want to, interact with me, there is no more time for excuses. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it. If you're my homie, if you're someone that's close to me and you're tuned in and you're listening, I'm tired of hearing the excuses, because there are moments in time that will prevent you or pull you down at times that make you slow down. Sometimes you gotta slow down, sometimes you gotta stop for a moment. But the constant making of excuses for why you are not achieving and doing the things that you aspire to do, there is no more excuse for that. And I know I'm a very well-tempered guy. Very well-tempered. It takes a lot for me to get upset. I have a lot of patience. Everybody say that, you have a lot of patience. And it's so funny because I'd be like, behind closed doors or to myself, I'd be fuming. But I understand that I can't project that to someone else, because I'm trying to better understand and help someone navigate in whatever situation they are in, so I can be of a help. Because overall, my whole aspect in life is how I can add impact and value to someone's life. But sometimes to do that, I have to be straight up with you. I gotta keep it real with you. Gotta keep it a buck with you. And sometimes you gotta tell your friends and the people that's close to you, like, hey bro, you tripping right now. You need to stop making excuses. You feel me? And I'm gonna touch on the time. Sometimes my homies tell me, maybe you shouldn't touch on that. Maybe you shouldn't talk on that, because you might be touching somebody's button and they might have came to you and let you know something, and you gotta, they might not feel some type of way. They might feel some type of way if you expose them by talking about it. But guess what? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you are going through a situation that I believe that you are stronger than, and you know that you are holding yourself back from going past that situation. You're just accepting the reality of what it is, that you can't do better than what you can't do better. But you can. You can do better. You can do more. You can give more. You can go to another level. You can become more than you are trying to be, and you can do the things that are necessary for you to do in order to get to where you want to be. But you are self-limiting yourself by saying that I can't, or it's too hard, or I have an excuse for whatever the reason why I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. And then come and try to feed me a story. I guess I'm saying that so much because they try to come and feed me a story of why you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, as if I'm supposed to take pity on you. I don't have time to pity your feelings. I will be doing you a disservice if I pity your feelings enough to let you stay where you are. You have to constantly be getting better and constantly improving. There is no more excuses in this new year for why you shouldn't be doing more than you should be doing, because you said you want more. At the end of the day, no one is going to come and save you from the things that you say that you want out of this life. You're gonna have to get off your butt. You're gonna have to do it crying. You're gonna have to do it hurt. You're gonna have to do it upset. You're gonna have to do it mad. You're gonna have to do it depressed. You're gonna have to do it in all form and faction of your life. Whatever emotion that you're going through in your life, you're gonna have to get it done. Point blank, period. You have to get it done, because at the end of the day, no one is coming to save you in any moments. We gotta stop with these excuses of why I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't do it because I'm just sad today. Guess what? That's life. You're gonna be sad, you're gonna be upset, but you're allowing this one excuse to say this is why I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then, hey Arnold, you know I'm going through this and that. I'm not trying to hear no more pity party. I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to get to in my life, and your words of why you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I'm sorry, but you're dragging me down to a point that I don't want to hear it. Why can't we talk about progression? Let's talk about how I'm going through something and it's weighing so heavy on me, but I still push through it. It was so deep and I could not overcome, and I was crying in my bed, and I got up and I didn't want to do nothing today, but I pushed through it anyways. I found out that my friend was talking about me dirty. The closest person to me, they did me wrong. And then I had a project I had to do, and I still went and did it, even though everything emotionally inside of me told me I couldn't do it. And I felt like, you know what, man, I was just so emotionally drained, and I was just so heartbroken that I felt like I couldn't even do it no more. But guess what? I still went and did it. I was so tired from going to work and this and that, but I still went and got shots up. I still went and worked out. I still went and meal prepped. I still went and strategized my business. Whatever the case is, this relates to all sorts of processes in life. It's the attitude that you take and the perspective that you choose to add to. Are you going to continuously look at the problem in the situation and allow it to be the excuse of why you don't do what you're supposed to do? Or are you going to really get off your butt and say, you know what, I'm going to do this regardless of whatever the situation is around me? I believe I read in a book one time, there's like no situation outside of you will stop you from doing it, because every situation that is happening is really on the inside of you. Your perspective of what you think about the situation on the inside of you will dictate how you handle every situation outside of you. So you maybe want to start looking at the inside. Every time something is wrong is going on and you're feeling like you're down or you can't continue in any fashion, start looking inside of what is going on with me on the inside that I need to really pay more attention to. Look at from a different angle and have a different perspective in my life so I can change this, so I don't have to continuously stay here, because I have a goal in life. I have a mission in life. I have something that I'm pushing for. I have something that I'm pressing towards. I have something that I desire so much that I don't have time to sit and dwell in my insecurities, dwell in my depression, dwell in my pain, I'm gonna turn that and use that to push me forward to the life that I say that I want more than anything. Because if I say I want the life more than anything, guess what? These pressures and turmoil and whatever it is going to come regardless. That's part of the process of life. That's part of the process of, hey, I'm trying to get somewhere. You think it's just going to be easy? You think it's just going to be like I'm just supposed to walk and skip through a flower field and everything? I'm just picking roses and daisies along the way, and hey, there's a goal for me. Thank you. Hey, here's another goal that I set for myself. Here, thank you. No, it ain't like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. So understand that for this year, we are not making excuses. We're not continuously down that path. We're going to switch things up. We're going to start moving different. We're going to say, you know what? Whatever it is, whatever it takes for me to get to wherever I need to go, I'm going to start pushing towards that and start maximizing on whatever it is I need to do. So that's all I got for this segment of Fact Over Feelings. We're moving on to the next segment of the show, which is Keys to the Game. In this segment, Keys to the Game, we're going to be talking about not taking this game for granted. Now, I talk about this all the time, about not taking this game for granted, because man, oh man, I see too many guys thinking that it's sweet. It's sweet because I come from the SEC. I come from, god dang, the G League, whatever it may be. And this feels like, man, the process of what you're doing here, it don't really matter. I just seen guys, for example, guy who was here last year, he was drafted, made it to the NBA, all this and that, and they was trying to get rid of him like that because he took it for granted. He thought that this life is sweet. Oh, I'm just here in Chile. This ain't nothing. I'm better than this. I'm better than where I came from. Y'all ain't on my level or whatever. And then you find yourself at the crib doing UPS because you took this opportunity for granted. You took this lifestyle for granted. You think that you're better than someone else because you had a little bit higher level or higher experiences coming up in life. You got to play in a better university. You got homeboys out probably in the league. You probably touched the league. But guess what? Once you get overseas, none of that matters no more. None of that matters. It don't matter who you used to be. You're really as good as you are in that present moment. All that what I used to be, I made it in college and I was high school All-American. Bro, nobody care about that over here. You got to start changing your mindset to start taking advantage of where you're at and start buying in. Buy into the process of where you at. I posted a video today on my Instagram, and I found that from I made that video probably 2 years ago. And it was where you're at now is where you're supposed to be. It's all a part of your process. You're here for a reason. Stop looking at where I should be and looking at where somebody else is, and you're not looking at where you're at the moment. You're missing your whole blessing where you at because you're looking at another man at what he getting his for. You don't know what that man been through. You don't know what that man pocket's like. You just seeing from Instagram or what they posting and what they doing and feeling like I should be where they at. This game don't work like that. None of this works like that. I don't care what, if you in one of the lowest leagues possible, you better dominate that like you on the NCAA March Madness. Because you don't know who watching. And that carries over. That carries over into the type of person that you are. That carries over into the type of habits that you build for yourself. You started to develop you know what, I'm not gonna look at this situation like I don't belong here. I'm gonna look at this situation like, how can I take advantage of this? What can I get out of this? This is more than just about me putting up points. This is about me really building my character, building my integrity, building myself to say, you know what, this is what a real pro is like. I'm gonna be a pro no matter what situation. So when you do get into other situations, you understand that, you know what? I've been a pro. I've been a pro in these other situations that it don't even bother me to, you know what I mean? Like you get here and then it's like, I've been doing this. I've been had this work ethic. I've been had this grind. I've been had this love. I'm the same me here than I was over there. So it don't even really matter. So you have to keep that, you got to have that mindset and don't take it for granted. You feel me? You can't let nothing deter you and feel like, you know what, bro, I'm better than that. I see too many guys, man, just feel like they just bigger than the game. You're not bigger than the game. You're as big as you decide to develop yourself to be. If you develop yourself into the pro, a real pro in all aspects, that's going to carry over. Because a lot of times people in this game, they're not even looking at what you can do on the court. They're looking at what type of person you are, how you carrying yourself, how you move, how you interact. Those are the real intangibles about being a pro, especially overseas. So you can't take the little intangibilities, all these little things for granted. You thinking that, oh, I'm just here to score points and be the man. Everybody want to be the guy. I'm rushing to be the guy. You rushing to get cut and sit to the crib. And sitting at home wondering like, why, that's the most favorite question. Why I ain't got dang where I'm supposed to be at, and why he here. And you ain't even looking at the things that you're doing for yourself. You took the whole process, you took the whole game for granted. You took where you was at like it was nothing. I go back to when I was my first time here, I had that same, I know because I speak from experience. I was that guy. I remember when I first got to Chile, I was coming off of 2 championships. I'm like, I ain't supposed to do that. You could put that on, turn, because this joint picks up.
I did.
I remember when I first got to Chile, I was telling my coach, he had to see it in me because I wasn't really buying in. I wasn't really buying into that I was like trying to be with the team. I was thinking, you know what, I just came from winning 2 championships, 2 times finals MVP. What the hell am I even doing here? I'm not even trying to, like, you know what I mean? And he said something to me in the road when we was going to the gym. He was like, wherever you at, that's where you're supposed to be at, and this is the stage. This is the stage where you're supposed to be. So instead of looking at everything around you, buy into the stage that you are. And it's like a light bulb and a switch just went off in my brain. And it's like, oh, okay, we went on that season to win the chip. That was probably statistically the best season I've ever had in my career because I had that mindset shift. I won every single award that they can offer that year. Defensive player, import player, forward player of the year, finals MVP, season MVP. I had the scoring record and the rebound record in a single game all in one season. I decided to buy in. Didn't look at where I was supposed to be. I looked at where I was at and how can I dominate where you at. Always pay attention to where you at. Don't take this game for granted because it could be gone in a second, bro. And at any time, it can be gone. That's all I got for this segment of Keys to the Game. Don't take this game for granted because it could be gone in a heartbeat. Moving on, man. Moving on to the heart of the show. We got to talk about what's been going on here in Chile. Boy, god damn. There's a lot been going on, man. It is a lot been going on. As of right now, we had our first 2 games. We had our first 2 games this past season. For the start off of the season. And it's just like how we win and everything we won and it feel like we lost just because of all the stuff that's going on around the court, around the team and the organization. Like it don't got that feeling like it's supposed to. Yeah, we got a good team. Yeah, we got the good players. We're coming back. We know each other. But it's just like that. The energy ain't there. Like, it ain't clicking like it's supposed to. Because all the BS, I'm not finna just come out and just talk about, individual people. Obviously, I don't know. I might. I'm feeling, like I say, this year, I ain't holding back nothing from nobody this year, bro. Because it's just BS that's going on. Like, people got to start respecting the game more. And that starts from the head, that starts from the top down to the bottom. I mean, I don't get it. Why can't men just be men and talk like men? Let's keep what's on the court, and be men and talk about what needs to be talked about. That's like some of the parts of the game that we just always got to navigate and talk about. Like, people be so two-faced. You got players talking about players behind their back. You got coaches talking about players behind the back. Coaches talking about coaches. General managers doing snake things, talking about, like, what was we doing here? And we in first place. And we in first place. That's what makes the thing so crazy. I had a situation with the coach the very first game. He just felt like it was cool, sit me to the side and play me like in and out, take me, I make one mistake or I miss a shot, I'm gonna snatch him. Hold up there, partner. What we doing? You feel me? Nah, I'm cool with, you know what I'm saying, getting everybody involved, making sure other team, my other teammates is feeling comfortable and getting their rhythm, but I'm sorry. Let's be real. Not every player is equal on the team. If that's the case, everybody get paid the same. So why would, you feel me? Oh, I gotta make sure everybody is taken care of. At what expense? At my expense? I can't have that. Because we gotta be real, as import players, we're always on the chopping block. We go first. We got to make sure, like, regardless of, yeah, we looking for the team. Hey, man, I got to have numbers. If I don't have numbers, I can't get a better job. Because the first thing they're going to look at is your last season and look like, oh, you shot such and such and you played, you averaged 9 points and 6 what is this? And Jelly, what's going on? You must have fell off. Hey, man. Whoa, like, but all that can be handled with communication. I had an altercation with the coach. I had to holler at him like, listen, bro, I'm a very intelligent person. I understand what you're trying to do, but you got to come and holler at me. You got to come and holler at that communication. I had to take the upper role and say, you know what? I ain't going to go spaz, because I know a lot of guys that just go and spaz like, nigga, what you doing? You messing with my money. You messing with my whole situation, blase. But I'm like, you know what? Let me go have a conversation to see where we at. To see if I gotta make other moves. People always gotta position themselves to make other moves. Half of these guys out here be trying to be the man just because, just to be the man. Nah. Communication is definitely by far one of the most important things to any organization and any team. That's just in life in general. Especially when it comes to your team, your coaches, because some of these coaches and stuff, they be thinking like they just know all the right moves and stuff to make. And I'd be like, all right, let me just go holler at you the right way. Because a lot of times, bro, would you realize if they be talking about females, men be more sensitive than females, and trying to talk to another man about a situation, he gonna take it personal and just getting his feelings, and you be like, what's going on? Understanding how to come and communicate with another man about your situation, you know what I mean? That's very important, especially in this game. And that's how I felt when it came to this situation that we had. Like, I gotta be smarter in this situation. Let me not spaz, and let me just communicate the right way. It was a trash team. I get it. We was gonna smack them. We was gonna beat them. Okay. But that does not give you the right to just say, you know what, I don't owe you no type of explanation or no type. Like, nah. At the end of the day, we're still men. We're still human. You feel me? You can't just do that. Once you get to that point in your career where you could just, hey, sometimes you got to pull that card. Like, hey, bro, you got to come holler at me too. You think it's sweet. It ain't always sweet. Second game, we had a good one. You know what I mean? It's always good to have some adversity in games early, because that's the only way you're going to be able to test to see what kind of team you got. And we had some adversity. You know, we was beating the team, and then they hit like a 30-0 run. It was like 30, 30 points in the second quarter against us, that's adversity. That's going to happen. He's spazzing, cussing everybody out. I'm like, at least you're showing us something. We need some type of adversity to get, like, I've been in 7 finals professionally. There is going to be adversity. If you can't handle it now, you can't even think that it's going to, like, you have a championship team. That's really the name of the game. How much pressure can you take? And then respond. And I'm real proud of the guys because we showed, like, all right, we can respond. We can handle this. We got the squad that's necessary to win this whole thing. Keeping it real, we got the squad. We still trying to build out our chemistry and focus on and do things about just, clicking on all cylinders. Because once you know when your team get together and you're clicking on all cylinders, boy, that's both fun and scary. Everybody in the league gonna take notice. Like, bro, they moving the rock too good. The players buying in. They ain't nothing like a team that's out there swinging the rock, going crazy like that. I'd rather you have one team with one guy trying to go for 30 every night than a team with 6 people got 12 points, 13 points. That's the worst team. I hate playing against teams like that. Everybody chipping in, dude coming off the bench, he hitting. What going on? And that's what we have the possibility on this team this year. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be challenging at the same time. Especially now, shoot, I was in the game and I got a whole fracture in my jaw. I gotta get out of Chile. I'm sorry. If you ever come to Chile and play, hey, listen, man, this is probably one of the most brutalest places I played. I don't know if I can keep it going. They beating your boy up, man. They beating me up. Felt like I got beat with a stick, boy. I got a whole fractured jaw right now. Went to the doctor. It's like I got a whole fracture. And then it was the response of the team on the whole situation. That's why I say, like, it's starting off real shaky. The basketball part be taken care of, but it'd be the outside parts of the life that be like, bro, what are we doing? What's going on? I got a fractured jaw and I ain't got nobody trying to help me navigate the situation. Everybody sitting in their crib, chilling, doing their own thing. That's parts of the life that you got to understand that not everybody that you think going to come with a sense of urgency to try to take care of situations. That's why it's so important for, as a player, you have your stuff in line. You better know somebody. You better get cool with somebody that can help you, because if you rely on general managers, coaches, agents, whatever, to take care of you, they're not going to be there with you. No one is going to take care of you like you. You have to be your biggest supporter, and do not rely on anybody else to come and try to save you out of any type of situation. I had to go to the doctor and go to the dentist on myself. I had to make sure I get to the dentist, to the doctor, and order my own CAT scan and do all this. Like, I'm in a whole other country. Thank God I know some of the language that I can navigate, but a lot of guys don't know the language. GM telling me BS, he lying, doctors lying. Like, what we got going on here? For real. What we got going on here? And I don't mean to like speak on negative energy or try to bring negative energy when it comes to aspects of the game or the situation, because I am grateful for every day I get to lace them up. I am grateful that, you know what I'm saying, the solution can be fixed. I have the perspective and my mindset to, no matter what, I'm going to always look at what's the learning lesson in this moment, because even though all this is going on, I am still blessed to be able to have a solution. I'm still grateful that, you know what, I had my girl there with me who can speak the language that can help me navigate in the situation, because not everybody had that. Not everybody has a good situation where someone's there to help them, you know. So even though things may be rough, all right.
On the other side, I'm gonna come back and shoot with Max and get my food.
All right.
We'll ride the bike and shit. Chop bike. Alright.
But not everybody gets that opportunity to have someone close to them to help them. And like I said, I'm not trying to be negative. One of my teammates just left. Y'all gonna be able to hear it if you see it. I'm gonna have him on the podcast soon. But it's just sometimes in this life, bro, it's gonna get rough and you're gonna hit some down moments where you're just gonna be like, bro, what am I doing here? I'm 2 weeks in on the season and I'm like, bro, I can't even take it no more. But I can't make no excuse. The job still needs to be done. Work still needs to be done. I gotta keep pushing. I gotta keep going. That's that's all I got, man. It's been a lot going on. Maybe tune in next week. We could keep talking about what's going on, man. Just keep going, keep grinding. This life is a grind. It's ups, it's downs. But you just gotta keep grinding it out, man. Man, that's all I got for this episode. I'm out. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.